And welcome to Runescape Quest 88. I messed it up, I just wrote Runescape 88 for some reason. Anyways, Runescape Quest 88 Wanted! Exclamation mark. Okay. Okay, I do got my cat. Take all this off. Alright, I want to grab my magical staff. That's going to be at the front. And I can actually finally carry all my equipment now. Is it all my equipment? I don't know, it's been so long. No, it is not. Mystic boots and gloves and that, and then book. Oh, I suppose, really, I should be wearing that, right? Actually, to be fair, I should be wearing a bunch of other stuff. Including my dragon two-handed. Because this only makes sense like this, doesn't it? I should go immediately to Falador and see if I can trade with him for the rest of the initiate stuff. I don't know why I always, for whatever reason, think I'm gonna spawn at the very bottom of Falador, even though that's sort of useless because Port Sam is there. So, you know, that's how I used to enter it. Anyways, you, sir. Well, how is this gonna work? Well, ho, Sura. Jolly good show on the old training ground singing whatty? Singing what? Can I buy some armor? Of course, dear boy, I can sell you up to initiate level and items only, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's cheaper. Can I pack this? Yes, I can. There was more, wasn't there? I would assume Tacitus is male, just because, you know. What's his name? Bandos' stuff. I mean, he's dead, so no wonder I can't remember him, huh? Heart goes out to all those Bandosians who lost their lord a couple years ago. Yeah, I'll take the initial one that I had. Alright. Strapping young, Temple Knight. Is my lantern... Oh, there's a lantern, not the type of lantern I like to keep, though. It should be more than powerful enough. Alright, it's not showing me. There we go. Let's see. Food. It's there? Oh, in there. Let's see now. Hey, a 1K, 10K coins. Alright. Oh, and I just so happen to be on my melee setup. What else, sir? A jolly good show on the old, training ground singing what? Do you have any jobs for me yet? Do you have any quests for a hard-working adventurer? Well, old boy, looking at the old dossier we have on you, there seems to be a tiny problem. What? Problem? What problem, And you have a dossier on me? Of course we have a dossier on you. We have a dossier on everyone. It's our job, don't you know? Okay, so what's the problem? Well, now it seems to be a tiny blunder when we first contacted you to join the Temple Knights. What? Tell your own fault. Could have been avoided and all that, but a bit of a showstopper, what? What is? Well, that is the thing. Only members of the White Knights may join the Temple Knights. By ancient decree, don't you know? What? But I've already done your stupid little mind testing. You can't get rid of me that easily. Calm yourself down, lad. We have no intention of getting rid of you. We're very keen on seeing you join us. Then what's the problem? Well, it's like this. When an order was founded, we were expected to take the best of best, and it was assumed that anyone worth having on the team would have been a White Knight. Already, what? That is not the case anymore, in the fact that you have to serve as a squire to White Knight within a period of 5 years before you can actually become one, tends to put off those adventurers with short attention. Span, what? You want me to be a squire for 5 years? I'm not even Sir Dominus. Ha ha ha, no, goodness me, no. Well, use a very long period of time nowadays. Anything could happen in the time when we need capable men like you yourself as soon as possible. Now I had a bit of chat with Survey, and we came up with a different solution to the problem. Some of you still interested, of course. A mighty murder mage. I'm still up for joining the Temple Knights. I just don't really feel like spending 5 years running around shining people's boots for them. Ha ha ha. I don't quite understand what. No, don't worry. He reminds me of Cherry from Animal Crossing. No, don't worry. We were doing a little research in the White Knights Charter and found an interesting loophole. What? Loophole? What kind of loophole? Well, you don't need to worry about the details. You just do as I tell you, and it'll all work out for both of us. What? Yes, I don't really like blindly following orders, though. Alright. Oh, it's that thing. Not the wanted quest. Now, what exactly do you want me to do? Gee, what armor is he in? He's in, like, the same armor as me, except slightly better. Anyways, well, now it's really simple. I want you to go to Sir Armic, tell him that you have decided not to join the Temple Knights, you decide to become a White Knight instead. Then offer you to join as a squire. You will then decline his offer and ask if you can be deputized instead. Okay. If you have problems with that, come and see me. Do we really have to quit the Temple Knights? You seem pretty cool and I really like the armor. Ha ha ha. No, not at all. This is merely a ruse. Sir Armic knows full well that his authority over our organization limited. Do not deputize you unless he thinks that you're entirely unaffiliated with us. You're simply going to tell him that you decided not to join us, so that he will in turn deputize you to join the White Knights. We, of course, would you join us? It's just a little misdirection. How will all that help? Not exactly how that will help me become White Knight. Ah, of course he does your credit, old boy. Now, let me tell you a little history lesson. Centuries ago, the founders of the White Knights realized that in times of crisis, a long waiting period for new knights was disastrous for the kingdom, and so they added a clause to the founding charter that would allow any noteworthy citizen to become deputized on a purely temporary basis to a full-fledged White Knight. So how does that affect me? Well, now, any one of the various acts of heroism you performed in service to the kingdom makes you eligible to be deputized. As you pass the trials to become a Temple Knight, what? If you're good enough to join the elite, then we'd not hesitate to deputize you to the White Knights. But if deputization is only temporary and I have to be a proper White Knight to become a Temple Knight, I mean I am still going to have to squire for Amric for 5 years? Oh, there's a beauty of the plan lies, don't you know? Once you've been deputized for the time that you are still working for their order, which all the same rules and regulations as the normal White Knights are, which means you're also eligible for battlefield promotions. I don't understand. I fight and then... Okay. As W, you will be considered the lowest possible rank of White Knight and may be removed entirely from the order at a whim. However, should you achieve some great feat while serving as a White Knight, then you would be eligible for a promotion. Then, by their own rules, you would then have to be raised to a higher level within the order, and it would therefore become impossible to remove your rank or make you no longer a deputy. So I get to be a White Knight without having to do 5 years of pointless busy work? Indeed, White Temple Knights have a reputation for a reason, don't you know? Okay, I'll be honest, the music that, the music just played and that sort of made me jump. It does make sense, but we're not in a time of crisis, so it doesn't that mean I won't let you get deputized? Oh, do not concern yourself with that, old boy. Crisis is such a subjective term. You find out you joining us fully in the Temple Knights, there's always some potential crisis or other brewing. If we want to get our jobs, we were almost every day would be a day of crisis. All we really need to do is allow the old White Knights to handle problem that we would normally deal with, and there should be a sufficient crisis to allow you to be deputized, don't you know? Alright then. You think they'll be mad that their statue is gone now? Oh, I thought I was saying that balance blows. Is that like some anti... I don't like Crusaders. Let's pretend like I'm not in full-on Temple Knight armor. But think about the wanted quests. Any jobs for me to do today? Well, I did have something you may have been interested in, but I've been given orders not to. Can I just stop you right there? I'm no longer a member of the Temple Knights. I have entirely renounced my application because after many hours of soul searching, I've been to the conclusion that I desperately want to become a White Knight instead. You don't want to be a Temple Knight anymore? That is correct, yes. But you're wearing their armor. So, do you hear me badmouth the armor? The armor is cool. I keep the armor. I'm not sure I understand. You wish to desert the Temple Knights in favor of my own humble White Knights? Absolutely. And it's definitely not some kind of elaborate hoax to get my application process faster. Sorry, did you say something just then? No? Not if you didn't hear it. Well, anyway, I would be honored to accept you as my squire. What do you say? What does being a squire entail? What exactly does being a squire consist of, then? For the next 5 years of your life running various errands for me. If you consider you've done a more than adequate job of this, then I will begin to consider possibly moving your name forwards, a full-fledged member of the Order of the White Knights. So, no killing stuff for you or anything fun like that? Not as such, no, unless you consider killing time by running errands fun. Well, what do you say, Cookling? Spend 5 long years of your life doing pointless, busy work without pay for me, off chance that at some point in the future I may put your name forward as a novice? White Knight? No, not right now. Accepting an offer as that sounds so I'm really not a fan of waiting around. Now, I heard from some completely random stranger that I was definitely not certificating cashing as part of an elaborate ruse to fast-track my application to the White Knights so that I could be deputized directly as a White Knight entirely bypass that whole boring wait for 5 years thing. Entirely correct, Cooklink, but I have no idea where you may have heard that, or is a secret guarded only to members of our order. Right. Anyway, can I do that instead? Well, fine adventurers such as yourself would be a perfect candidate as deputy in my eyes, but unfortunately, it's going to be done in a time of crisis and all is currently well. All's well, huh? I'll be right back. I just have to go and ask. Nobody in particular that can organize nothing at all to happen. You are a strange one, Cooklink. And you are an oblivious one, Ceramic Vars. It's so really sad that I don't have my own Temple Knight or my own White Knight over there. By the way, if you do accept his offer to become a squire, he'll ask you to get an Asgardian ale, which you can get from down there, I'm pretty sure, I would assume. And if you just bring him one, he'll ask for another one, and definitely... the one quest. Again, Tiffy, I've just spoken to Emic, and he says he's fine for me to be deputized as a White Knight, just needs to be a crisis first. So he can arrange a small crisis for me. Oh, ha ha, fitting right in with the Temple Knights' way of thinking, what? Matter of fact, I will not have to organize anything. There's a particularly vicious and dangerous criminal currently on the loose. Already notified Ceramic through the usual channels, just go to speak to him quickly, pop back in and we'll get you equipped for the hunt, what? You know, is all this back and forth strictly necessary? I don't mean to sound ungrateful for the help you're giving me here, but could you have just got this sorted out before sending me off there in the first place? Ah, yes, well, most awfully sorry about all the running around you've been doing, old Beam, but when it comes to our line of work, his indirect route is the best, what? I don't understand. And stop calling me Bean, I'm not a vegetable, I'm a human being, or being. I'll be sorry, dear heart, it's just a term of affection, what? Anyway. This criminal is a very dangerous fellow, and has some very dangerous friends. If he has no reason to suspect you to be working for us, then he will be a little sloppier than he otherwise might be, because he will just assume you to be one of those stupid White Knights. We want this man caught. Oh, you're talking about the guy. I was like, Ceramic Vars? Want this man cut for the good of the country, and if we need to fool a few people into thinking you're nothing to do with us, you have to do a little extra waiting, then that's what's going to happen, what? I guess, but the spy stuff is a lot more boring than it sounded at first. Not really, dude. And now I don't have to worry about, keeping my Runescape Quest 89 held back. I should actually go and find, Diamond in the Rough and... what's its name? Ace of Spades, and actually hold those back till it's time for those. And the other one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. When I eventually find it, I remember that in a couple of years. Thanks, Sir Domini, you've come back here. We received word from one of our scouts that the evil souls Delgar has returned to Asgarnia. So whereas it seems he's in possession of dangerous new magics that we are powerless against. Ancients? Please, I implore you in the name of all that is holy, assist us in banishing him from our kingdom once more. I better to think of the troubles he may bring us. Who is Solus? Oh, Delgar, who or what is that? You've not heard of the infamous murder mage? He terrorized these lands many years past. He suffered with the law with his powerful enchantments, but the White Knights finally managed to bring him to justice as he's permanently exiled. Exiled? Why didn't you just kill him, or, imprison him, or whatever? Killing our own foe? Not the way of Sir Domino or the way of Night Knights. Imprisonment, Solus lied dangerous man not just because of his mastery of the magical arts, for his uncanny resourcefulness. In the truth, I fear that I would be unable to guarantee his captivity in any holding still belonging to us. So if you can't imprison him in exile, obviously what didn't work, do you want me to kill him? I did not say that. I did not say that at all. That is against all our codes of honor. And should you find yourself in combat with him, and there's no other way than perhaps for him to die would be best for us all. You understand me, Cooklink? Oh yes, you made yourself very clear. Will you aid us in this fight? Sure, I'll help you. Hey, there's nothing I like more than fighting. Deputize me up and I'll go get this guy for you. Very well then, in the name of King Valence, and for the honor of Sir Domino, I now pronounce you a fully deputized White Knight. May honor and glory follow you in every action. So where should I start looking for the solo guy anyway? I have the faintest idea. Good luck. How would this even be possible without the Temple Knights? It seems very obvious, yeah. I mean, he even said that, well, basically, I think both of us know that it is... Actually, where is King Valence anyways? Because this is why, well, I don't know if it's White Knight Castle. Clearly it is. Clearly it is, but I mean, I don't know if it's like Asgardian Castle or whatever. Maybe that is. That could be it, honestly. Where is he anyways? King Valence, I mean. King Valence. And then look at the thing load, which you don't want because then it kicks out your typing. He's not been seen in public for many years. Oh, so it is. Let's see. So, it's possible that, they've actually killed Valence, or at least imprisoned him, so that they remain in control of Falador. Because he probably should be dead by now. And he and his son, Prince Anelf, are the few unseen rulers in this game. And King Tyrus was an unseen ruler before his death. Mir of Al-Qarid and the Pharaoh used to be unseen rulers as well until the massive Al-Qarid. Because I do believe, yeah, one of the guys in one of the other quests mentioned the Mir, sold it to the prince. And it's like, wait a second, the prince isn't here. Oh no, they were like, we sold a thing to the prince, but, some shirts, stuff in him. And soon we'll be getting the Mir to buy it, probably, from, how awesome it is. But the prince and the Mir are the same person now. Because, the prince has become the Mir. Tiffy, it worked exactly the plan. Sir deputized me to take care of the Solid Doolally dude, and so let's go get him. His name is Solus Deliger, and honestly, he's one of the most dangerous men on the planet. Not only is he extremely adept at magic, he's also quite prepared to use that magic at a moment's notice because he's quite mad. So, Dragonite armor and an elemental shield, and I'm laughing? No. Listen to me, boy. You are under no circumstances to engage him directly into combat. Tactics are to track them down. When you manage to corner him somewhere, then we'll send in a field recovery team directly to take him away without incident. Cannot stress this enough. You are to observe and locate. You are not to enter a combat situation. Right. So I'm just gonna go scat him out for you then. Any tips on how to find him? Well, boy, we'll need to equip you for the task, but you'll need to get something for me first. What? What kind of stuff? Well, we teach our operatives the value of their equipment by making them pay for it. What? Two choices here. You can either give me cash directly and I'll hand it over, or you can bring me the raw materials and I'll make you one. I'll just buy one. Hey, it's 10,000 coins for the Temple Knight communication orb. You have that kind of money with you? Yes. Oh yeah, I got your money. Then you wish to purchase a Temple Knight communication orb? What is this, an internet purchase? Take this communication orb, or comm orb for short. It's a precise magical mechanism that we can use to track him by sending data of the surrounding area back to one of information on operatives at Temple Knight headquarters. Information operatives known as Savant, so you contact them using comm orb at your earliest convenience. And we'll be able to send you any useful data about Solus directly through it to your perusal, don't you know? Okay, thanks, Tiffy. Hello? Well, hello. You must be Cooklink? Tiffy told me to expect you to call in on this frequency. So what do you think? Pretty nifty little piece of kit, this crystal, huh? Yeah, it must be very useful. Oh, trust me, you'll find out exactly how useful. Now, was there something you wanted? Tell me about yourself. So, Savant, that's an unusual name. Obviously, it's not my real name. My real name is Alyssa Von Lins, but for operational purposes, I'm called Savant. So what exactly do you do from the... Is my first name Cook and my last name Link? I'm the SMR and Chief Librarian for the Temple Knights. SMR? What is that? Stands for Senior Mystical Researcher. The Temple Knights have a world-class research team investigating new types of magic constantly. Senior Researcher and Field License, I can pass on information to the rest of the Temple Knights. I'm impressed that I got you as my Savant. Many of the devices used by the Temple Knights, such as our comm orbs and spy orbs, first designed by my team as experimental devices, has become standard field equipment. I've always had a gift for magic, and I spent most of my life trying to find applications for it that would serve our order and give us an edge over our opponents. Your opponents? Oh yes, don't think for a second that we were the only secret organization in Runescape. Yes, there are the Penguins. Manufacturing this land, some almost magically advanced organizers ourselves. It is a constant struggle to keep our operatives with advanced magic equipment that our opponents don't have. That's why we have the self-destruct safeguards to prevent our equipment ever falling into unfriendly hands. So how did you end up working for the Temple Knights? I would have thought someone like you would have ended up researching the Wizard's Tower or something instead. Oh yes, the Wizard's Tower. I tell you, some of the mages who work there are idiots. They told me that magical research wasn't suitable for just a girl. I'd be too scared to research them for them effectively. Yeah, Temple Knights are far more open-minded about things, and I really feel like my work is making a difference to them. Okay, thanks, Seven. That was very interesting. Hey, well, Temple Knights here, right? Glad I could help, Quicklink. Seven over and out. The Temple Knights. Hi, so I was just wondering if you could give me a little information about the Temple Knights. I just realized I don't really know very much about them. Well, you're not yet officially fully fledged Temple Knight, are you? Initiate Cooklink. That means, for security reasons, I can only give you a brief overview of the organization. That's better than nothing, right? Usually the case, yes, I agree. Well, let's see if I remember how this goes. Tell us that Lord Sir Dimon once walked these lands among us and delivered his wisdom unto us. Yeah, and now he's literally in there. But, yeah, precisely so we could grow wise in his honor. Then came the war that shattered our lands, and the interloper banished our lands from us. There wasn't a certain that such events might occur, and he played out plans in secret amongst his most devout followers. Those warriors whose hearts were as pure as their minds were sharp were called to him, and they made it into his temple knights, for they were the first knights that guarded his very first temple. Who was well in his land, knew that Temple Knights were the honored, the blessed, the personally chosen warrior Zyphreium, so given great freedom and authority in all of our Lord's lands. Zyphreium living with us, the Temple Knights were no longer honored and respected at a while. They were made targets by Zyphreium's enemies and driven from the lands unjustly. So they're Templar Knights. I mean, yeah, obviously, but... This is, that to become a secret force hidden from the eyes of Zyphreium's enemies, could strike against evil in his name swiftly and quietly whenever they need be needed. Like that, I think. It's been a long time since I last heard it last. Okay, thanks, Savant. Do I get more after I become Procelliant rank? Anyways, back to Wanted. My current assignment. That's fun. I was wondering if you could give me details on my current assignment. Okay, bring up your current assignment details. Oh, you're chasing Solus Delagar? Oh yeah, so information you can give me? Okay, listen, Cookling. Solus is an incredibly dangerous Cookling. I don't think his grasp on reality is used tight, if you understand what I'm saying. You may need to take care with this one. I'm amazed you got an assignment as tough as this one as your first assignment, to be honest. What do you suggest I go about finding him? Well, this comm orb can use the scan function to find him, but its range is very limited. So I have to just wander around the place looking for him? No, that would take far too long. Listen, I'm going to transfer all information on Solus that we currently have to your comm orb. You'll be able to find a hint of where to find him by examining it. Tells me that we have 2 visual recordings for spy orbs available to you, as well as a standard dossier. The people that the spy orbs are observing. Pick the records of Solus would be a good place to start examining. Investigation. Who are these people then? Just checking now. Record 1 is from a routine monitoring of Lord Decarius. In case you haven't heard me, he's the leader of the Kinshas, known as Blink Knights. As major enemy of the White Knights, we have had him on our observation for some time now. It's pretty lucky that Solus decided to pay a visit him. So where would I find this Lord Decarius? He has a secret Black Knight training ground deep in the heart of Terry Dungeon, with holding facilities for prisoners who they wish to interrogate later. Well, almost certain to be found thereabouts. What is Record 2 about? Yes. Hey, shady fellows, a member of the Zamaraki and Magical Institute? Wait, the guy that I helped? As that's the group responsible for destroying the Wizard Tower all those years ago, as well as other more recent acts of sabotage. I suspect that they may have been responsible for a number of thefts for a mysterious rock that the Wizard Tower started producing. Not much intelligence about that. Uh-oh. We set up an observation spy orb in a known Zamaraki shrine in the southeast of our, but he moves between there and the wilderness just north of Edgewell quite frequently. It didn't seem much of a threat, but we placed him in an observation anyways, which seems to have paid off. Getting some more information about Solus. With the look of the record, he would be well worth talking to as well. Thanks, Savant. Let's hope that they didn't see that was me that gave him it. In Solus, classified. Uh-oh, you guys can't see it. Solitary Age Unknown, plays the Birth Unknown. This is Solus Darkheart, the Murder Mage, Mad Solus, Stealthy Pete. Affiliates. Solus Delagar has shown time and time again that it considers others to be mere pawns in his schemes and will discard them at the first viable opportunity. By having been associated with many criminal and undesirable elements known to us, these will not be listed as affiliates because, as a general rule, if you have worked with Solus once, you are unlikely to ever do it so again. That once loyalty he has ever managed to inspire others through the threat of force is indeed powerful, but the general hatred of him among those he has encountered is that an experienced field operative will find opportunities to turn his associates against him. Known history, Solus' exact history is still unknown to us, but we suspect that he originated in or close to the city of Ardorian. He was first brought to our attention as a possible threat in the infamous zombie attack of Zarok. Varrock, masterminded by the Major Lucian, but did not serve a particularly key role. His whereabouts after that are somewhat sketchy, but he seems to have trained quite formidable magical aptitude in the decades immediately following. He has kept a low profile from conventional authorities. He made quite a name for himself amongst various underworld circles, especially amongst Americans. His particularly brutal methods have been cause for some concern. The nickname Murder Mage and Mad Soul in this sense an Enfield, which is actually a reference to the book, I'm pretty sure. He was eventually apprehended by one of our field teams, but not before the willful slaughter of over 800 civilians, an equal number of white and black knights. We are still unsure as to why Lord Dircurius allowed his men involved in this affair, because it was distinctly against his usual methods. And it's the only important foul man making an action under someone else's direct command. Every nation evil, bloodthirsty, greedy, and dangerous individual is well deserved. However, should avoid direct confrontation at all costs. Standard observation was applying. Finding yourself in a position where confrontation seems likely, the guidance suppose immediately contact your handler will provide you ample background, but your chances of surviving at one in an assault are slim to none. End report. They put me against this guy. Anyways, we'll see the other classified information next time, though. So, enjoy this video, you know what to do. See ya!